What's going on, YouTube? I just wanted to give my theories on Tyrion Lannister because most people are talking about Jon Snow and they fail to see exactly what's going on with Tyrion Lannister and what his actual lineage could possibly be. So, Tyrion Lannister is the son of Tywin Lannister and Joanna Lannister. That's what everybody is meant to believe for the most part. But I believe that something happened during that time where Joanna could have possibly had an affair with Ares, the Mad King, or Ares' son, whichever one is actually relevant at that time. Could be possible. But there are some speculation and proof behind such a claim that I make. This is one thing. Uh, Tywin usually will state things such as, I will raise you as my son because you are a Lannister. Kind of a play on words here. And it's so blatant that you think that it's almost abuse, but that's not what he's really saying. You think that it's totally, I will raise you because you are a Lannister. You know, I don't consider you my son, as if he's rejected from all aspects. But what happens if he's not rejected because he is a son, but if he is more of a bastard child? If you think about it, him being an imp was one of the reasons that Tyrion thinks he is the he is still the son of Tywin. He still thinks of it because he's a imp and that this all has to do with his size. It could possibly be because of his actual lineage, and Tywin couldn't prove it. Another play on words that happened was when Ned Stark talks to Jon Snow about his mother. He says, "We will talk about your mother. I promise. You you are a Stark. You have my blood." That's still a play on words because you never actually stated that you are my son. It's just a play on words of kind of a reassurance that you are still Stark blood, you know? And it hurts whenever a bastard child hears something like that because they think, well, I guess he doesn't consider me an actual son. And that's what Tywin has been doing since the beginning. He's been doing a play on words. Um, he also he also states that I cannot prove that you are not mine. That's another play on words. You know, it kind of indicates the relationship between Joanne Lannister and Tywin. You think that they're together and they actually were this inseparable bond, but instead he was kind of stating that your mother could possibly have infidelity with everything that's going on, just high amounts of infidelity with other people, and he can't prove it just because she's dead. So another another reason is that in the books and remind you, this is the books, okay? The books are different than the movies, but honestly, the very end is going to be the proving point. But the books state that he doesn't have golden locks of hair, more like white and yellow hair, which is a huge distinction. You think gold is kind of white and yellow, but it was stating more silver and yellow hair, indicating that they had white. It was more white than it was yellow. Um, that is kind of a Targaryen trait. And if Ares, the Mad King, was the one that actually did that, then yeah. Next was next on the list, I mean, this is not in the movies, is any amount of histories, but Aerys was infatuated with Joanne Lannister. And that's one of the little proofs that you see inside the books where they state that she was infatuated. Now, here comes the ultimate proof, and this is the two reasons why I do believe that Tyrion Lannister is Aerys' son or could be a Targaryen son, because we don't have actual proof evidence. All right, the first thing is that Daenerys had Aerys as a father and Rhaella as a mother. She died during childbirth with Daenerys. Then you've got Jon Snow, the theories behind Jon Snow, how Jon Snow is Rhaegar's son and Lyanna Stark's son. She, inside all the speculation, she was the one that gave childbirth and died during childbirth, giving Jon Snow. And that's why Ned Stark took him away and said that he was a bastard child of himself. All right? But that's another theory for later because everybody goes on about that theory. I want to go on the least popular one. All right? Next, Tyrion's mother died during childbirth. I mean, that has been hammered to the ground from the very beginning. There's no more proof that his mother died inside childbirth than that. Okay? So, if we take a look at it in that way, the three main characters, mainly Daenerys, Tyrion, and Jon, they are three people. Okay? What is the symbol of the Targaryen? The three-headed dragon. That means that there will be three of them, okay, that were raised by the dragon. One other point that I do want to make is that Tyrion, when he was younger, he dreamt of dragons. And he was obsessed with dragons, and he wanted a dragon to see dragons of his own. He had dreams of dragons, etc. Well, most Targaryens have those dreams, and that is another proof that he could possibly be it. Now, Tywin has, in all manners, never actually stated, without using a play of words, that you are not my son because I did not have sex with your mother that night to give birth to you. It was always, you are not my son, you are not my son, and you assume it has everything to do with him being an imp and not him and his actual lineage. I mean, there is just as much mystery behind Tyrion Lannister than there is with Jon Snow, and Daenerys is kind of almost straightforward, but there could also be mysteries that we don't understand. But it all boils down to birth. It really boils down to Tyrion's mother died during child labor, Jon's mother died during child labor, and Daenerys's mother died during child labor. And that, I think, is the ultimate proof that states, hey, they are absolutely interconnected, okay? And that's pretty much my video. Hopefully this helps out to be able to give you kind of a background of why Tyrion Lannister is such a badass. In fact, all three of them, Daenerys, Tyrion, and Jon, they're all badass. All right? Well, catch you guys next time. See ya.
Let me give you some advice, bastard. Never forget what you are. The rest of the world will not. Wear it like armor, and it can never be used to hurt you.
What the hell do you know about being a bastard?
All dwarves are bastards in their father's eyes.